Hey guys, welcome to the Centre Bounce. Today we're doing a way too early ladder predictor. Joe and I are going to go through all the teams, all the games. Hopefully you can stick around for the whole thing. And yeah, we might have a bit of controversy going on depending on what we're doing. Before the video starts, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. We're trying to boost the channel in the off season. Joe, how you doing, mate? Nice to have you along.
Mate, you know me, always around, just like you are, and hopefully the fans can stick around as well. I think this intro has gone on for way too long. We are going to smash out all of the games coming up in 2024. You ready?
Yep. And the number of games just keeps going up as well. I mean, we got round 0 now. What a bunch of crock.
207 games. 207 games to tip, my friend. There's no time to dilly-dally. And when we are going to be winning the tiebreaker, we go separate ways. Good old Google will flip a coin for us. All right, we start. Swans hosting Melbourne at the SCG. I am going to go with Sydney by 11 points.
Sure, that's fine with me. I think Sydney at home are too good.
Yes.
Similar as well. Brisbane at the Gabba. I mean, Carlton's a very strong team, but maybe Brisbane has grand final woes, kind of how they lost. But yeah, I think they're too hard to beat at the Gabba.
Why?
It doesn't matter for me. Close game. 13 points is good.
13 points is fine. Gold Coast hosting Richmond at Carrara. I am likely to go Gold Coast for this one.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Gold Coast by, I reckon, 19 points.
Yep, I think so. I think Dimmer Hardwick's going to have something to prove. I think I have to tip Collingwood. Collingwood's too good. GWS seems to be one of those teams that maybe takes a little bit longer. I could be wrong, but feels like they take a bit longer to get ready. So, yeah. Collingwood by 15. Just over 2 goals.
I reckon the Giants win this one. So, I reckon Collingwood coming off a premiership, a little bit of a hangover. Giants, I don't think Giants will be as slow to start this year. I think last year was them learning under the new coach. Now they know the system. I think they hit the ground running. So this will be our first go of coin flip. What's your call?
Heads.
And the answer is heads. All right, Collingwood.
All right.
Collingwood wins.
15.
So we've got Collingwood by 15. Very well.
Done. Next one.
Carlton, Richmond. I know Richmond love the G, but I think Carlton are loving the G more these days. I reckon they're much better. I think they win by 5 goals odd.
I think so too. I think they bounce back from the loss well from the previous game. So, yeah. Collingwood's too good at the MCG. I think they're going to come out ripping hot. As good as Sydney is, maybe it's the Taylor Adams Cup. I reckon maybe Collingwood by 18.
Yeah, I can see that. Bombers v Hawks. This is a really tough one. As you can see, the bell curve has got almost right bang on. Calm the draw. Nah, I'm gonna say us by 3 points.
3 points.
4 points?
Right. Up to you. Cool. Yeah, I think the Giants win this. Not by much, though. So let's say by 10. My prediction is 10.
Okay.
North's first game, I think we're going to come out okay like we did this year, win the first couple, and then as the season goes on, the fitness is really going to hurt us. So, yeah.
I reckon Giants by 20, so the average will be 15.
Put 20. 20's fine. I don't mind.
All right.
By 20.
Cats at Cardinia Park. They are so tough to beat there. Even though I don't think they're going to be particularly awesome, that home ground advantage is too much. I reckon 17 points.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, you agree? Go on.
Yeah. I think Adelaide wins this game. I reckon it's by 15. I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams, and we're going to have a video coming out soon as to why Adelaide are going to surprise everyone, how they're just going to improve. And yeah, I think they're by 15 for me.
Yeah, I can agree with that one. Or Dogs v Melbourne MCG. Look, Melbourne can go one of two ways. Melbourne can either galvanise after all their off-season shit that happened this year, or they can just completely implode. I reckon the Dogs at the MCG could play it better. If it was Marvel, I reckon Melbourne win because they can choke the ground more. I'm going to lean Bulldogs by 13 points.
Sure. I would have actually, Let's do coin flip. I reckon Melbourne win this.
All right, coin flip.
Heads
All right,
again
I'll
for me.
call tails. I'll call tails.
Cool.
Tails
Oh, you got it. Let's go.
I got it. All right, go. Your call.
I mean, you got to pick Port Adelaide, right? I don't think it's going to be by 60 points like some people here, but I reckon maybe 35. I think is a good number.
Sure.
Yeah.
35. Freo at Perth. Look, I can't.
Brisbane, man. Brisbane's
I can't
too
pick
good.
against Brisbane. They're too good.
Yeah.
I'll go Brisbane by
24. 26. Yeah, that works.
I think Brisbane's too inaccurate to kick an exact winning score of 4 goals.
I think St Kilda gets slaughtered here, and maybe a St Kilda why they're going to regress video is going to come, because if you watch the stats during the week, all the fans are predicting them to really fall off. Yeah, I would say about 37 is probably a good number.
Yeah, I don't think 37, but look, I'll go with it for this one. Adelaide hosting the Cats. I think Adelaide at home are going to be close to unbeatable this year. So I reckon they win by 27.
Okay. Ooh, North actually have like some people voting North Melbourne. I reckon, what is this, round 2? I reckon we win by 7 points.
Nice. Yeah, I can see a North win at Docklands. Yeah, I can see that happening. Hawks v Melbourne. Again, it comes down to which Melbourne's going to show up. But I think Melbourne's back line is still going to be better than whatever forward line the Hawks are going to have. So
yes, even with Nick Watson.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Maybe 16 is a good number.
16 is a good number? Sure.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I think you guys get slaughtered here. I don't think it's going to be that close of a game. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't think it's going to be that much, though. I reckon 23 points is a good number. 23
isn't a slaughtering.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. But it's going to be one of those games where Sydney wins by a lot, and then they just let you kick a couple of goals at the end.
Fair enough. All right, I'll go with you on Sydney for that one. Dogs v Gold Coast at Eureka. Where's Eureka?
I think it's Ballarat, maybe.
Dogs like to play at
the Goldfields.
Yeah, I think. Oh, true. I think Dogs like to play at Ballarat. So
yeah,
I'll lean Doggies by 19.
Perfect. Yeah, here's a bit of a controversial one. Oh, Port Adelaide. I think they continue on the good form. I've actually got them by 17 points, I reckon.
Ooh. We're I think you and I are on the same, but I think Richmond drop
yes.
Like
I think so as well.
Like they're down here. Yeah, sorry. I know it's at Perth, which is the only redeeming factor, but
GWS is still going to win.
Yeah,
well, this is going to be one of the blockbuster games. I'm pretty sure we flagged this one as in our blockbuster video.
We did.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one. I think Brisbane at home. I think it's going to be very close. I reckon by 4 points. That's what I think. I think it's going to be that close.
Ooh, that close. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I still think the Lions win. Sorry, North. I'm going to have to go with Carlton. I think Carlton.
Yeah, I think so.
Their
really forward line. Their forward line is going to murder our back line. That's probably going to be the real difference there.
Yeah. I can see Kerno kicking 4, and I can see Mackay kicking 4.
It's Josh Bruce all over again, kicking 10, just for fun.
Yeah. So just based on that, I reckon they're going to win by maybe 37. Have we lost you?
No, I'm here. Yeah, all right, I'll just wait for you. All good. Adelaide versus Freo is going to be a tough one. Where are they? Perth Stadium. I reckon Adelaide by 15. They're kind of our jump up the ladder team at the moment. So yeah, they're very, very good.
They're not only are they jump up the ladder, they're not going to lose a game by the looks of things. 3 wins.
They'll lose some. They'll lose some, but at the start, they're playing. They haven't played the top teams yet. Who wins this one? This is the question for you as a Dons fan. I reckon both your teams are probably around the mark. Does kind of your new players coming in help you kick over St Kilda's new players?
I think we do. I think they've got too many same type of players. I think with the players that we've picked up over this off-season, I think we've got a few more points of difference. A bit more run on the outside, and we've got big Mackay. So I tip us to win this game by 5 points.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah, Port Adelaide versus Melbourne. See, this is a tricky one. I almost want to predict the draw in this game, but if we don't have to, I reckon it's going to be Melbourne by 3 points.
Ooh, I'm going Port on that one.
All right.
Coin flip time. Your call this time.
Heads. Always be heads. Heads again.
Heads.
Yep.
So you said Melbourne by how much?
3 points. Melbourne.
3 points.
Yep.
I got an easy one. Thank you for coming.
Definitely.
Or I'll go again since I had a freebie. Richmond v Sydney MCG. Look, I think Sydney's just too good now compared to Richmond. I think Richmond got
so
on them in the wet. If it's a dry game, I think Sydney win it by comfortable 5 goals, I reckon.
Yeah, it really depends on how Tom Lynch comes back. If he's good, then they're okay. But if not, you're in a bit of trouble.
Okay, your turn.
Well, I mean, Geelong's a pretty easy win at the moment. I'm picking Geelong by... do I want the sneaky loss? Nah, Geelong by 16 is fine.
Okay. Adelaide v Melbourne. Melbourne playing both Port and the Crows at Adelaide Oval. We had them beating Port. I reckon they lose to Adelaide then. They can't win both games, surely. But Melbourne don't lose by a lot. Melbourne are a tough side to beat. So I'll say Adelaide by 9.
Yeah, sure. Some people actually had North Melbourne winning this game. Yeah, I reckon Brisbane round 4, they're 4th on the ladder. I reckon, 32 points is fine. This will be one of our biggest losses for the year.
I'll worry about this one as well. I hate playing Port Adelaide. They always seem to get over us by a little bit, especially now over there. So I'm going to tip them by just under 4 goals, 23 points.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I don't know who's tipping West Coast for this game. Must be some West Coast fans here. What is this, gather round? We're 4 games in, Joe.
Yeah.
I reckon 49 is a good number. I think Sydney's going to blast out of nowhere. Similar for Carlton. Again. Similar, maybe not that much. I reckon 32. It's a good number.
Sure. That's a good number. Adelaide Oval. This is actually a tough game. Look, Adelaide Oval, I think, has similar dimensions, not too different, to the Geelong's ground, in that it's narrow, and I think that suits Geelong's game style. So I'm going to say Geelong win this one by 17.
See, this is where we're going to flip, because I reckon the Doggies have got it. I reckon these type of grounds, it's similar to, maybe not as the same as Ballarat, but Bont's going to go on a tear. Geelong's on the opposite side of where I think the Bulldogs are of the seesaw, if you compare the middle. So, coin flip. I'm going heads.
All right. You're going to go heads again?
Yeah. Everyday heads. There you go.
I should refresh this. Maybe it's bugged.
Sure. Doggies by 19. Not 19.
Okay.
I reckon their forward line's gonna crack today or this year. It's gonna be different for them.
Gold Coast, Adelaide Hills against the Giants. I'm gonna go Giants. I think Giants are just ready to go.
I think so. I think they win this game.
19 points?
I'd go 15. I'd go 15. Just over 2 goals.
Sure.
This is one of the ones. I reckon St Kilda have this, to be fair. I reckon they win by, or maybe not 21. Let's go 13 points.
Yeah, sure. I can agree with that.
Yep.
Collingwood, Adelaide Oval against the Hawks. It's going to be really reliant on contested ball. Depends if Collingwood are in it to win it, which I think they'll be invited in. I think Cawthorn will get the jump on him, and then Collingwood will sort of wake up later. Yes. So I reckon Collingwood
which they did last year as well.
Yeah, so I think Collingwood win by 11.
Sure. That's some pretty inaccurate kicking by Collingwood.
Yes.
I still reckon Brisbane. I reckon Brisbane, they have to try and kick their Hodor. I reckon they win by 4 points, I reckon.
4 points. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Far out. Well, I hate playing the dogs. Dogs always beat us. Sons of bitches. I'll tip them by 19.
Sure. All right. Yeah, now GWS at home. I mean, they don't win. They don't win. They don't lose many other places. So, yeah, I think they definitely beat the Saners. Saners are my team to fall out of the 8. Yeah, Giants by, let's be nice to them, 25.
Sure. Oh, what a game this will be. Carlton v Adelaide. At Docklands, though, so I'm more likely to lean Carlton for this one. I'll say Carlton.
I think it's the home ground advantage. Like, people underestimate how good they are in Melbourne. And, if Adelaide was playing in Adelaide, it'd be the opposite. It'd be the same thing. So, yeah,
probably.
Definitely Carlton. I reckon 22 is pretty fair.
Yeah, me too.
I reckon, where are we? Carrara. I reckon Hawks by 7. I think the Hawks are going to come out and be like, "Hey, look, we're not bottom of the ladder. We've jumped up, and a couple of sneaky games. This will be one of the ones where the Hawks win, kind of, and you don't expect them to during the year.
Yeah,
I had a couple of those last year as well.
Yeah, Port at home against Freo should win maybe 22.
Sure, that works. Yeah, North Melbourne up. Gardenia Park. See, yeah, it's the forward line that's really gonna. It's the forward line that's really gonna hurt us. Just have to see how Toby Pink and the rest really work out. I reckon that's pretty conservative. Yeah, all right, maybe not 35. Hey, let's put 35.
Sure. Jeez, far right. Yeah, sorry, Perth. You're not winning.
I don't think it's going to be that much. I reckon it might be like 17 points.
No. I think Richmond deserve. I think Richmond need to get a game where they just go bananas. They have to.
Okay. See, St Kilda. This is going to be one of those coin toss games because I reckon St Kilda have this by 8.
Does St Kilda have this by 8 points? Their midfield can't go with the Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs have a better forward line. Yeah, I reckon the Dogs win this one. We'll flip a coin. Ha! Tails. Doggies by 16, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your call.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of, the bell curve kind of tells me where things are going to be. I don't think it's going to be as far away, though. I kind of rate Essendon's forward line. I reckon it's going to be by 21 points.
Sure.
I mean, that's just over 3 goals.
Yeah. Collingwood v Port MCG. The Pies of the MCG are very good. But the Port have improved their list. But so have Collingwood. They added Schultz. I reckon Collingwood by 23.
It's interesting kind of looking at the ladder at the moment and saying, hey, look, we picked a few teams on one loss, 2 losses, and then the Doggies in Brisbane. I don't know how we've got the Doggies on 6 wins already, but they're going to have to lose a few more games. Bevo's still at the helm, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go. Oh, big one.
Yeah. I reckon Carlton come out of the gates and go bang. I reckon they win by 17.
Sure. At home, at Docklands.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Brisbane at the Gabba. Too good. 26, I reckon.
Sure. See, I reckon this is where West Coast. I mean, I'm really criminally underrating Fremantle. Maybe it's the young team. Let's go Freo by 19. Freo by 19.
Sure. Sydney v Gold Coast SCG. SCG, I'd gotta go with the Swans.
Yeah.
I reckon Gold Coast have some great contested ball winners, so I won't go a lot. I think 16 points.
That's fair. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one of the games that, unfortunately, Hawks. I know Daz is probably watching this game. Mad Hawks person. I reckon North win this by 11 points. I reckon it's a super close one. And then North kicks like a goal close to the siren to put us over. After we've held on the lead for the last 3 quarters of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, I'm going Hawks on that one. Coin
All right,
flip.
let's do it.
Ah,
no. Poor North Melbourne.
Fate is turning my way.
Not
All right,
good.
Richmond v Melbourne, MCG.
Yep.
I just don't think Richmond have enough firepower outside of Lynch to kick goals in
I think
Melbourne's
so as
back
well.
line. So I'm likely to go Melbourne by 23, I reckon.
Sure. That's fine with me. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing for Collingwood at the moment. I think their team's too good. I don't think you get blown up by that much, but let's do 23 again. It's fine.
Sure. Giants v Brisbane at Monaco Oval. Gee, that's tough. That's very tough.
It's a big game. It's a big game. I almost want to predict the draw just because I think it's going to be very, very close. But I reckon the Giants win by 4 points. I reckon it's one of the few losses that Brisbane's going to have, and obviously it's not at home because they're just a powerhouse at home.
Correct. I'll agree with that. Port v St Kilda Adelaide Oval. Hard to go past Port at Adelaide. I'll go by 21 points.
Perfect. Yeah. Hopefully North Melbourne have more than one win, but I think we're 21 points, I reckon. I reckon that's pretty safe. I wouldn't put it down to 60 like some people have us on the ladder. I really think, Carlton win. I don't think it's that much. Okay, we can go for it. If you want to do that much, we can do it.
Yeah, I reckon.
Right. 33.
I reckon.
Bit of a big loss for Geelong. Here comes the Doggies, another game where I think the Doggies could win. I reckon Freo get a sneaky win, though, and I reckon Freo by 5.
Freo by 5.
At home.
Where do they?
At home, I reckon. They come in. Maybe they win the midfield. Maybe the Dogs have someone injured or, the forward line doesn't work this game, something like that, and then Freo by 5.
Sure. I'll go with that. Yep. Gold Coast. I'll go again. This is an intriguing matchup. Bloody hell.
Not really. I mean, Sydney, can they get rid of their grand final hoodoo? That's probably the big thing. The Hawks are doing all right with 2 and 4 this early into the season. But Sydney are a very good team.
They'll beat them in the ruck.
Is this the first draw? This is the question.
Nah, I'll beat them in the ruck. But Sydney's backline isn't amazing. Their forward line isn't amazing either. So so I think the Hawks match up fairly decently against the Swans, to be honest. So
all right.
That's why I think we'll be close.
So we're going to go Hawks by 2. Hawks by 2.
Yeah, I reckon Hawks get the dub.
Done.
Go, your turn.
This is a big game. This is a massive game. Massive game for the year. Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. I really want the draw. I want it to be the draw, and then the second one of these they have in the latter half of the season is like the decider because the first one was a draw, and everyone goes home sad. No, if I had to choose, it'd probably be tricky game. Port's just got some new players in. Probably stop Tex and some of the other guys. I reckon Port by 8.
Yeah, I can go with that. Adelaide can't win everything.
No, they can't.
Carlton v Collingwood. I'm more likely to lean Carlton, to be honest.
You reckon? I reckon the Pies have got him.
All right, we're flipping. Ha!
Got him. It can't be super far away though. Like it's
no, it will be close. It will be like 5 it might be like a goal or 5 points. I reckon 5 points. Battle of the Bridge.
Who's the better team? GWS by 11. I reckon their back line hold them off too much.
Yeah, the Giants' back line is actually ridiculously good. You just have Taylor. That's all you need, mate.
Taylor just stops everyone. And no Buddy Franklin too. Like they just take the pressure. I reckon North win this, to be honest. I reckon North win by 9 points. I'd go North by 9.
Jakey from Saints TV is probably
he's rolling in his grave right now. Yeah.
He is spitting at his monitor.
Saints 8 rounds in a 1 and 6. Like, I don't know, man. No,
Nah,
no
I'm
faith
going
at
Saints,
all.
bro. Oh, we're
All
flipping
right.
on that one.
Okay.
I think
It was just
Rowan
more
Marshall's going to
bias.
have a field day.
All
There you
right.
go.
Well, yeah. No, that's true. If Rowan Marshall's in the game, let's go Saints by 17.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Rowan
forgot
Marshall is not going to have
about the
Lancer.
ruck matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I think Melbourne's stronger, better midfield, better back line. I'm going to go Melbourne by 13.
Sure. West Coast, do they get the win? That's the question. Yeah, you guys win. 17.
Get what?
Yeah, that's my pick.
17?
Yeah.
No.
It's Perth at home, right? It's a West Coast at home. Like there's
we
home
won by
ground
50.
advantage there.
We won by 50 there last year, and we're better this year, yeah?
All right. Well, go higher up then.
I'll add one goal to it.
One goal. All right. 23
Yeah,
seems to
23.
be our magic number. Like when
It
the team
does.
wins, it's by 23.
All right, fine. 33.
Sure.
Richmond v Freo. Oh, I think Frio's a better drill team than Richmond, I feel.
Yeah.
Plus, Freo don't mind the MCG. They've beaten Melbourne there every time they've come here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it depends on the weather. If it's dry, I might go Freo. If it's raining, it's Richmond.
I just think Tim Taranto is going to have a field day. I think a few of them are going to go, but then Freo's defense is all right. Yeah. Freo by 4 is good. Let's do it. Who are the Dogs? 6-1. I reckon the Hawks. Oh, do the Hawks win? Nah, Hawks don't win. Doggies by 15.
Yeah, I can see that. Gabba, 2 good lines, but it won't be a smashing. I think
It won't be by 23. Let's do 25 just to.
Now I'm
stop getting
anti-23.
Yeah.
Ooh, whatever it is, it's going to be real close.
Melbourne by 3.
Carlton by 3.
All right.
Melbourne by 3.
Melbourne by 3. I think the Carlton fans would be all right with that, to be honest. I mean, they probably want to win every game of the season, but I think they'd be okay. Of course. Geelong and Port. So Cardinia Park, I think Geelong still aren't as bad as what people are thinking. They've got enough young kids coming through. I'm going to pick home ground advantage versus Rosie and Butters. It's a really tough game. Yeah, maybe Geelong by 8.
Yeah, I can get that. Perth, Freo at home. They're a different proposition at home, but the Swans are better. I reckon. Well, the Swans added Grundy. Grundy's not going to have a field day against Jackson and Darcy. No. So I think Freo win out in that respect. Don't think the Swans have the best back line. So Freo's lack of forward firepower, I don't think is a big deal. So I'm happy to go with the home ground advantage by a goal.
Perfect. Yeah, Hawks versus St Kilda. I'm going to give St Kilda this win. Where's York Park?
Good question.
That's one I haven't heard of before.
York Park. Not in New York, is it?
No.
That's Central Park.
York Park, Tasmania. All right, maybe they've changed Launceston. Like it's not Launceston anymore. Maybe it's York Park now. I reckon St Kilda win this.
Even in Tasmania.
Yeah, I mean, I can't have them on two wins and 6 losses. I reckon St Kilda win this by 13 or 9. Sure. Let's do 9. 9 points.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys, yeah, no, I think so. It's going to be a tough year. There's a few teams that just like the ladder positions make it work. I don't think the Doggies win by as much. Richmond seems to, unless they've had a really shocking part of the season, like a lot of injuries, second half of the season they pick up and they get a few wins kind of out of nowhere. Yeah.
Still around 9.
Yeah, Doggies 14. It's fine.
I don't know where Marara is.
Maybe that's up north.
Happy to go with Gold Coast in that way by 11.
Yeah, sure. North needs to
Actually,
start getting
maybe
some wins
more.
out of nowhere.
If King and
Jed Walter have a field day.
and
Yeah,
Jed
actually, that's
Walter
very
have a
true.
field day.
9. Oh, sheesh. I'm gonna say 19 points, but it's probably gonna be more than that. 23. 26 is fine. Yeah.
26 is fine. Yeah.
Really comes down to, yeah, sure. Really comes down to if North can actually stop other teams' defenses, really.
Yeah.
Adelaide
Oval.
It's a tricky one. I reckon Brisbane. I think Brisbane are too good. I reckon Brisbane by 7.
I can see that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Adelaide can't win everything, surely.
No, I don't think so.
But neither can Brisbane.
Brisbane, they played the grand final last year, and the team hasn't got worse. Like, barring Ashcroft, I think the team's actually probably got, maybe not better, but definitely hasn't got worse. So, who plays Geelong or Gold Coast? That's a tricky one.
I'm just thinking Rowell, Anderson, Tuke Miller.
Mm-hmm.
What did Geelong have still?
Paddy Dangerfield?
Bro, my hip can outrun Dangerfield at this point. We're going to go...
We're going with Joe's hip here.
My hip telling me Gold Coast by 11.
Sure, let's do it.
Stop messing with your camera, bro. It's your pick.
Shut up. I reckon, it's going to be an interesting game. Sydney or Carlton. I reckon it is. No, I reckon Carlton have got it, to be honest. I think Carlton win by 11.
Yeah. I was about to say, I reckon Carlton win this. The smaller ground suits their contested ball. I reckon they win it. Yep. Collingwood v Adelaide MCG. It was close. It was real close last time. The Crows don't fear Collingwood. Adelaide by 3 points.
Oh, the upset of the season.
Well, it won't be an upset of the season if Adelaide are pushing for finals. Look how close they are.
No, that's true. I just don't see Collingwood losing at home. I reckon Collingwood win by like 21.
Flip it.
Especially with Schultz in the team. Like Collingwood are going to slaughter, man, this year. They haven't got worse. The only thing they've lost is McStay, and they haven't got worse. They
haven't got worse. They got better with Schultz, but McStay's a big out, I think.
Maybe. I mean,
I think Taylor Adams is a big out.
Potentially. But they've got 3 SSP spots now, so we'll see kind of who they pick up. If they go and get Sean, if they go and get Sean Manor, who kicked like 50 odd goals in the VFL, it's bonkers.
He was picked up by Geelong already.
No. Who am I thinking of then? We'll find out.
Not sure. I reckon still Adelaide get the dog. Giants v Dogs.
Giants, Dogs. Giants by 15.
Sure. Docklands, I'm willing to go with the Saints on that one by 9 points against Freo.
Brody McLaughlin. He was the player that I'm talking about. No, that's fine. I'll take that. Yeah, and similar to this, Gabba, Lions, 33. I think Brisbane are really going to be like, cool, we know what it takes to make finals. We're going to push even harder this year. And there's going to be more blowouts at the Gabba. This is the one that we have to go and watch, Joe, live. And we're going to talk shit all game, and it's going to be great. I'd hate seeing North 17th on the ladder. No, it's not going to be that much.
This is the pick. This is the pick.
It's not happening. I reckon you guys have it by 17 is my pick. I think our backline, as I said before, our backline's really going to determine a lot. And if it's not firing, then it's just not working out for us.
Yeah, I'm happy to agree with that. Port at home against Hawks gave them a massive shock last year when they couldn't miss the state. Well, just couldn't miss. So I'm not sure they'll do that again next year. I reckon Port have shored up in their back line a lot more.
Yep.
And Hawks forward line isn't that scary outside of Watson. So I reckon Port by 15.
Oh, they've got Jack Ginnivan as well, right? Yeah, no, 15's fine.
Shit. Ginnivan is shit. He's overrated AF.
15's good, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think it's going to be that much. But no Shannon Hearn either, so maybe it will be a bit of a blowout. Let's go 39. 39's a good number. Yeah. Do the Doggies win at Docklands? It's an interesting one. I think Sydney's got worse, but maybe not by much. Doggies there. I reckon Dogs by 7.
Yeah, I can go with that. Gee, how are the Dogs second on the ladder?
They're a good team. It's just the fixture, right? Like the Dogs haven't played a lot of the top teams. At least, maybe I'm mistaken, but that's what it feels like. So maybe the second half of the season's a lot stronger for them.
Yeah, I reckon Pies will do what they need to do. 1 by 19.
Sure. Oi. Mate, everyone hates North Melbourne, I tell you what. Yeah, let's go 29.
Who hates North Melbourne?
Let's go 29. I hate this 1 and 10. 1 and 10 at 11 weeks in. I'm not a fan.
Richmond is 1 and 9.
Yeah, that's fair.
Carlton by 21.
Sure.
Ooh, nah. The Giants love playing the Cats in Geelong. They always beat them there.
13.
Yeah, I reckon. Dreamtime.
Yeah, who wins Dreamtime, Joe?
We win. We're better. They're worse. We win.
All right, let's do it.
15.
Cool. Essendon's doing pretty good. 5 and 6, 11 weeks in. Not bad.
Not the best. Not the worst.
I think Brisbane win. Actually, yeah, I think Brisbane win. Brisbane can. Yeah, let's do 14 points. That's fine. Happy with that. I think Melbourne.
A lot of people back in Melbourne by a lot here.
Yeah, I think Melbourne at home. If they're all firing, I think St Kilda maybe have a bit of flaws that Melbourne can exploit. I would go Melbourne by 26 points.
Fair enough.
I don't know if it's 63 points, but 100. Okay. Is that going to be the score? All right, that's the score.
What's that percentage like? Where are they? 136.
What, West Coast? Yeah. 50. And then West Coast 50. Wait.
Port v Carlton, Adelaide Oval. Oh my god, that's going to be such a cracking game.
Yep. I think, it's going to be interesting. I think Port
at home.
Yeah, let's give it to Port. Port by 4. I'm happy with that. I'll take it. Yeah, I think Doggies lose this. I think Collingwood's too good. Collingwood 8 and 3. I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. Pies by 18.
They're 8 and 3 now, but now they'll be 9 and 3.
No, exactly. So, they'll be on the same, and they've just leapfrogged the Dogs with that win. So
yeah.
I reckon the Hawks win this by 6. I reckon this is one of their sneaky games where they just come out and maybe Adelaide thinks, hey, look, we're on a tear, we're going to win everything. And the Hawks are just like, cool, we'll just play our game. We'll do that. Riley Thilthorpe doesn't do much. Tex gets nullified by Sicily for the game. Nick Watson kicks the sealer.
I like that. I'll go with you on that one. A nice, solid 39 point win.
34. Yep.
Cardinia Park. This is Geelong's home ground.
15.
Is Richmond only going to have one win so far, Richmond?
Oh, I don't know how that works out, but And it depends on fixture, man. If you play the top teams every week, you can't win everything.
I think Geelong at home
points.
13
points for Geelong. Yeah. Here we go.
Is this NT, Northern Territory?
Yep, I believe so.
Who tends to play better there? Melbourne, I think.
Yeah, Melbourne. It's one of Melbourne's home grounds now. I think Melbourne by 17.
Sure. Gold Coast over there, I think it is.
Yep.
So I'm actually willing. Actually, I don't know why. I feel like we're going to beat Dimmer Hardwick. I don't think we're going to beat the Suns. I think we're going to beat Dimmer Hardwick.
I think you're going to win. Yeah, I think you're going to win this game. I reckon you'll win it by 15 points.
Yeah, I like that. I like the sound of that. Adelaide Oval. Yeah, it's hard to go past them. Richmond's backline isn't great. I think Adelaide could kick a big score. I can see Isaac Rankin going bananas in that game. Maybe 26.
Sure. Doggies versus Brisbane. It's a tricky one. I think if Josh Dunkley's fit, I reckon that Brisbane have it. I reckon Brisbane by 11.
I think the Dogs play Marvel better than the Lions do.
Sure, let's flip.
Haven't had a flip in a while.
Hey,
you win it.
Brisbane by 11. Let's go.
Brisbane by 11.
Joe Danaher knows how to play at Marvel, and he's going to kick a couple.
He's too busy sitting on the fence.
Whatever works, man.
Giants. I think the Giants is ready to go. The Giants are strong, very well balanced, don't
31.
lack anything. Yeah,
31.
I reckon.
Hey, I got to pick my boys. I'm sorry, West Coast. We need 2 wins on the ladder. It's probably going to only be against you guys. I want to pick 25. 25 points is a good number.
Sure. Docklands, St Kilda, I think at home, probably get it done. But I just don't think their backline is good enough to maintain, to keep King and Walter at bay.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to go Gold Coast by 14.
Yeah, that's fine. I think Gold Coast is going to push for finals, and they need to win those type of games if they're going to. Similar to this one, I think Sydney is going to do very well. SCG playing at home, I reckon 25 points.
Sure.
I reckon this is going to be one of those Errol Goulden goes bang games. Oi. I think a lot of people probably believe the same as what you are. Monster game, this one. Collingwood versus Melbourne. I'm going to pick Melbourne by 7.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my pick. I reckon Melbourne by 7. I reckon this is the point in the season where Collingwood have won quite a few, and they have kind of their slow down before the bye rounds games, and something's happened, and Melbourne's like, yep, can scrape through the win.
Collingwood doesn't have anything happen with Fly McRae at the helm.
Sure thing.
Yes. I mean, no. Why did Collingwood win?
I mean,
Gabba.
It's Lions at the Gabba, right? 27 seems pretty fair. Yeah. Doggies? Oof. I reckon Freo by 4.
No way.
Yeah. 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 Doggy, this is when Bevo gets fired. He's had a spout with the manager or something's happened, and then
it's 7th on the ladder.
I know, but yeah, I don't know. Can't have Freo losing every game, Joe.
Tough fixture.
I guess so.
Tough fixture.
Oh. It really sucked for a team like Freo to be down the bottom of the ladder again. Yeah, I reckon Richmond win, but it's up to you. This is your pick.
No, I'm going Hawks.
Wow. Okay. Well, I reckon Richmond.
I like flipping. All right, Richmond
by how much? 17 points.
Oh, okay. Adelaide Oval, your call.
mate. It's Adelaide at home. It's very, very tough. I reckon. Yeah, 23 is fine.
We're back to 23. Let's go. Sorry,
Some
North.
people actually picked North Melbourne for winning this game. Sheesh.
I reckon the Pies just do what needs to be done.
Oh, more than that. I reckon they score like, maybe not 35. Let's go 21. 21's a good number.
Giants at home.
No, I reckon Port have got this.
What?
I mean, we have to base everything on, cool, they're playing Giants at home, Port at home, whatever. But I feel like this is one of those games where maybe Hogan has a bit of a stinker, Aliir and Radigalia actually work out what they're doing. And it just turns into like Butters and Rosie kicking a lot of goals.
And who stops Toby Green?
Toby Green stopped himself, man. He'll be suspended for a couple of weeks.
No, he's done. He's been better. He was All-Australian captain, mate.
That doesn't change his boot to the face.
It does. He's changed his ways. He's now All-Australian captain.
All right, then.
All right,
I still reckon Port Adelaide by 11.
All right, I'm flipping. Come on, please, coin. Far out. This hurts me. I thought the Giants for sure.
Yeah. 24.
Nah, they're not accurate enough for even margin.
We'll put 22 then.
Nah, put 25. Port v Brisbane.
This is going to be Brisbane's second loss for the season, according to our list. Yeah, I reckon Port Adelaide have them at home. It's going to be a tricky one. I reckon Port 17. 17 seems to be like my number. Vaughan Francis will kick like 5 behinds and then be touted as the best player. Win Rising Star again. I don't think
Port fans might hate me for saying this. I honestly think they are the fakest tough team in the 8.
Yeah.
Honestly,
no, that's fair.
They got shellacked by the Giants in front of their home crowd, and their home crowd had no idea what to do about it. I just think the Giants are so good all over the ground. I reckon the Giants win by... I think Sydney have some good points, but I think they also have some clear weaknesses, whereas the Giants, I just think...
Yeah.
The football they played in the back half of the year.
It's the derby, right? So, definitely. I think 15 points is fair. Oh. See, I don't predict North to have that many huge losses this year.
Is 22 a huge loss?
No. I mean, 22 is not a huge loss. I mean, like, some people have picked, 80 points, right? So, it's what's going to happen. But, yeah, 22 is fine. I'll take it. You reckon? By that much?
It's not 6 goals. At home.
No, that's fair. All right. Poor West Coast. 2 wooden spoons in a row. Welcome to North Melbourne. Bet they're going to be begging for those priority picks. Freo and Gold Coast. I reckon Gold Coast have it. I think it's a tricky one, but I think Gold Coast now, kind of coming into the second half of the season, they're gonna do a bit of a Collingwood, bit of a Carlton, and go on a tear in the last third of the season. I reckon by 19 points.
Nice. I like that. Good call.
I mean,
Brisbane at the Gabba.
12. I reckon by 12. 12 is a good number.
13. Are Geelong old and decrepit enough for us to beat them?
Do you think you'll get the win, MCG? Yeah, put you guys down 4 points. 4 points to win.
Could be close. They're normally really good at beating us in the midfield, though. I'm more likely to put them by 4, to be honest. But I'll put us by 4, just to make things interesting. Gold Coast v Collingwood. Last time they played up there, Collingwood smashed the living daylights out of them. Probably won't be that bad of a margin, but I think they still win comfortably, maybe 31.
Yeah, I think so. Ooh, tough game.
Josh Bruce!
North Melbourne by... No, it's not going to be North Melbourne by anything. The young kids are going to get slapped. Bont's going to be like, hey, kid, stop trying to tackle me. I reckon the Doggies by 27. Unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be a tough loss, that one.
Carlton by 28.
9 points.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon Richmond are going to have a couple of games towards the end. New coaches come in. He's kind of worked things out. Carlton are going to be not on a downward, but Carlton are going to be like cruising because they've made finals again. I reckon it's going to be closer than people think.
All right. We'll go average 15. Saints v Port Docklands. Look, Port have actually a good record at Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. St Kilda at home, though. How does King... St Kilda really need a good second. I think Port have got him. I reckon Port have probably got them across the board, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Spain's going to rely on Jack Hayes.
Yeah.
Or
and even like Rowan Marshall probably wins the ruck battle, but that's pretty about it, really. Maybe Cal Wilkie can stop like 3 of Port's defenders. I reckon Port by 17.
Sure. Sydney by 19?
A little bit more. I reckon go 23, just for fun. 23. Adelaide at home, Giants at home. I think this is one where Giants maybe have them. Giants by 5.
Yeah, I like 5.
One of those, not after the siren, but, Giants hold on type of games.
Bro, look at this ladder.
I know. It's pretty good.
So tight. Love it.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Hawks by 27?
Yep.
Oh, Gabba.
Yeah, see, all right. I reckon Brisbane by 8 points. I think Adelaide are pushing hard for finals, and they're going to push them. And they're going to be like, hey, you beat us at home a couple of times. We're going to beat you at home. So I reckon it's going to be close. 8 points.
Sure.
Yeah. It's dream time all over again.
Anzac Day.
Yeah, sorry. Anzac Day. My mistake. Us North Melbourne fans that don't have a lot of marquee games. Yeah, exactly. Geelong versus Hawks at Cardinia. I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think Sam Mitchell's going to have the Hawks as a well-tuned machine this late into the season. I think Geelong, 13 points. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Close to a blowout. Giants, this is going to be a big game. And a lot of people have picked the Giants by quite a lot. I reckon that I almost want to predict a draw.
Draw.
I reckon a draw.
Draws are so hard to come by, but we haven't had one yet. So this could be the one.
Yeah. And you know what it's going to be? It's going to be those two teams pushing out someone because they've both got 2 points and someone else has got like 4 points and no wins to the other side. I reckon a draw.
Plus, if any team's going to draw, it's Carlton.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for coming.
Fair enough. 40 points. We beat them last time. I reckon this is one of our small wins. I reckon North by 7. I reckon that's fair.
Not against King and Walter.
Yeah, but we beat King before.
Not with Walter.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Docklands, I still think Sydney are going to win. St Kilda's falling down, man.
I mean, Rowan Marshall against Grundy, he can push forward. No one can mark him in the forward line. I think a lot of it is going to depend on Rowan Marshall in this game. If Rowan Marshall has one of those games where he's
big,
dominant, winning hitouts and then pushing forward, taking marks, kicking goals, I think the Saints get over the line just.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Adelaide Oval. Question is, by round 17 have the Dogs imploded? Very strong team. Yeah, let's go 7. I think the home ground advantage is going to be too much.
Perth Stadium, same dimensions as the MCG, which
Uh-huh.
Richmond like to play at.
Yep. Hey, we're underrating Freo pretty hard this year.
Well, they got worse.
Yeah, no, that's true. No Schultz. They've lost a few plays recently. Yeah, I reckon Richmond by 5 points is fine. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I reckon Pies by 17 is my pick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gold Coast versus Port. Yeah, I reckon Gold Coast might have them. I reckon this is going to be one of those games where Hinkley's like, cool, we're just coasting, and Gold Coast are pushing for finals. If they win this game, they've got a high enough percentage. They're going to jump up past Essendon. They're going to be 9th on the ladder. I reckon Gold Coast have it, to be honest. It's going to be a hot time. It's probably going to be some monsoon, rainy, hot, disgusting day. And Port Adelaide's going to be like, yeah, nah, we can't live. So, yeah, I reckon Gold Coast by 14 points.
But those conditions don't suit all those big key forwards that Gold Coast have.
Yeah, but like Jed Walter's still pretty mobile. It's only really Ben King that's the non-person. And if Flanders does well, Lukosius does well, Rao does well, Touk Miller's fit, I think the conditions at home, especially during like the wet season, yeah.
Butters? Rosie?
Mate, Port Adelaide can't win every game, Joe.
Well, they haven't. But
that's why I said Gold Coast. Far out. I think that's been 4 or 5 in a row. What is this 50%? This is not 50%.
Sorry, mate. Not going to happen. Hawks v Freo.
I know who I'm picking in this one.
At Tassie, I'm going Hawks.
Yeah, I think so. I think by 19 points.
Oh, we're underrating Fremantle. Proceeds to tip the
We are, but then they played all the good teams, and then they play Hawthorn. Like, they probably beat North Melbourne twice. It's fine.
Hawthorn are 14th on the ladder. They weren't that amazing.
Well, there you go.
I reckon we beat Melbourne. As crazy as that sounds, I think a Draper Goldie combination beats out
Max Gawn
by himself. I do. I think our forward line won't be better than their back line.
Flip. Everyone in the chat saying flip the coin.
All right. Yo, let's go.
5 in a row. Let's
suck on that, Melbourne. Suck on that.
Oy. Yeah, Giants are a tricky one. Giants by 17. I think they just get better. I think there's a few teams like a Richmond that had their 3-peat and are now in that rebuild phase, even if the fans can tell me something wrong. Taranto, I don't think will be able to hold up against them. And he really is one of the few guys I actually rate out of that team. So, yeah, it's going to be tricky.
He was sold the dream.
Yes, he was. And the dream was alive until all the other players weren't.
The dream was a nightmare.
The dream was a bit tough, especially after leaving GWS. 16 points. We'll take it.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
It's going to be more than that. Doggies v Carlton. It's hard to go past Carlton, I feel. I think Carlton's back line is too good for Dogs' forward line.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Dogs, their best suit is the midfield, which also happens to be Carlton's strong suit as well in the midfield. Yep. So I think they match up really well. I'm going to go Carlton.
I think the Carlton forwards demolish the Geelong backline players. And Motlop's going to kick 4, do something stupid, and then they're just not going to be able to stop them. 19 points is fine with me. I'll do 19. Yeah. Crows at home, I don't think it's going to be as much. They're definitely pushing for finals this year. 23. Let's go Magic 23.
Magic.
Okay. All right. And then Melbourne versus Sydney.
Brisbane.
Sorry. Melbourne versus Brisbane.
Brisbane versus Sydney. What screen are you looking at?
I don't know, Joe. My brain's like, we've been recording for an hour. All the fans are enthralled as much as I am. Brisbane versus Sydney. I reckon we probably go Brisbane at home.
Yes.
22 points.
Sure.
I think it's going to be a lot closer, but I think 22 points is pretty fair. I reckon Carlton smack us and 37.
44.
No, I don't think that's. I think that's too much.
You have their back line, and they've got all the forwards.
We'll see.
Docklands. Look, if Adelaide are as good as we all think they are going to be this year, I think they do it by 9.
Sure. I think they'll probably win by a bit more. Cardinia Park. This is one of the games where Brisbane have to really the Doggies really have to step up. But I reckon Geelong win by 17. I think Tom Hawkins kind of relives old form and then goes bang, bang, bang. It's at home.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I just know the Giants at home.
I reckon they win by 11. I reckon they win by 11.
Sure.
Yeah.
9 points?
12 points is good.
Okay.
Not really that much. Like, I'm happy to give them like 32 points, but not by like that much.
Jack Hayes will kick 5 goals.
You keep saying Jack Hayes, like Tyler Brockman. He's gonna kick 15 goals, mate.
No. Jack Hayes. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, sure,
guys, in the future, please comment down below Jack Hayes.
Jack Hayes. You watched till the end. That's the secret code. If you've watched this far, Jack Hayes, put it in the comments.
Correct. Comment down below if you got to this point. What's the secret code? It's Jack Hayes. Port v Richmond, Adelaide Oval. It's got to be Port, right?
Yeah, I think so too. I think Port at home are going to be one of the tricky ones, similar to Adelaide at home, and they're going to slowly turn it even to more of a powerhouse.
21. Perth Stadium. This happens to be the game that Melbourne tends to beat. When they play at MCG, Freo wins. When they play over there, Melbourne wins.
Yeah, I think Melbourne are going to really push it hard as well. There's a few teams there between the 8 to 12 mark who still could make finals. Maybe not 8 to 12. Let's say 8 to 10 at least. And I think Melbourne are really going to try and shore up this position. I would not be surprised if they win by like 25 points.
Whoa.
The Shark is going to kick a few. The forward line's going to do okay. I don't think it's going to be as close.
Sure. Carlton, Port. Oh my God, Docklands.
Carlton by 8.
Yeah, I was going to say Carlton by 8. You read my mind. Collingwood and Richmond. Collingwood's just better.
Yeah.
Magic 23.
Sure.
Gold Coast home, Carrara.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I almost want to pick Gold Coast, man. I think Gold Coast. Let's go Gold Coast by 4 points. Do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I did it. Melbourne v Giants. I'm gonna go Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say 11 points.
Sure. North versus Geelong, Bellarive Oval, mate. What a big ground. Geelong's going to slap us. I don't think we're going to be 2-16 by the end of the season. I think it'll be very, very sad. But the back line is just a real bother. Geelong by 15, I'm going to predict.
Slap us by less than 3 goals.
Mate.
Yeah. It's a close one.
Yeah.
Whichever way it goes, I think it will be close.
I think St Kilda have got you guys, to be honest. I think it's going to be very close. Maybe like 5 points, but I think they've got you.
Sure. SCG 14 points?
Yeah, sure. Here's another Adelaide at home versus not a super strong team. Hawthorn, though, we are predicting to break out of that bottom 4, which is what they want to do. Even if it's not by a lot, it's still out of the bottom 4. But I reckon Hawks by...
Hawks?
Sorry, not Hawks. Adelaide by 25.
Sure.
It's probably going to be Tex Walker's last game at home, depending on what the rest of the season looks like. So,
all right, what's this? We've been talking down. You've been saying poor Freo, and poor West Coast. Who wants more poor here?
Freo by 27.
Okay.
Ooh,
so
bit of a close
Carlton
one.
won the first time.
Yep. Collingwood win the second time. Collingwood are mate, we're cementing the top position. Yeah. Collingwood by a lot more. Collingwood by 3 goals is 18. 2 goal, I reckon 15 points.
MCG.
Here we go, Joe. Essendon pushing hard for finals in the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I think we get it. Let's
go. 15 points. I'll take 15 points.
Cool. Cardinia Park, Geelong home ground.
Yeah, I reckon Adelaide by 3.
It's not too dissimilar in terms of the size of the ground to Adelaide Oval.
No,
so
but I think Adelaide's just the better team at the moment.
Yeah,
I think
I reckon more. I reckon 9.
I don't want to do too much. 9 works.
It's a goal and some change.
A goal and some change. All right. Ooh, big game. Big game. No, not really. Giants by 17. My pick. I think Hawks are going to scare a few teams, and they've got enough players to be able to do it. They haven't really got worse, and they won a few games like this last season. So I reckon by that. This is a game I think North Melbourne's going to win, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately. Very, very happy that we win this game. I reckon we're going to win by a little bit more than 8. I reckon by 13 points.
Sure. St Kilda v Lions in the Docklands. We're leaning towards the Lions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Dogs v Melbourne. I think Melbourne win this because they choke the ground really well here.
Yeah, okay. That works fine for me. Adelaide Oval. Yeah, no, I think they win. Port Adelaide are going to win by, 15. 15, 2 goals and a little bit more.
Sure. 2 goals and some
people have actually voted West Coast. Maybe it's like the home ground West Coast fans. Can't be that many. Gold Coast are pushing hard for finals. They know they can make it. I reckon Gold Coast, Jed Walter is going to be up and about. Same with King. I almost want to predict 39 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it when I put us to win by a good margin. Nah, we're going to tip the freaking Suns to win by a lot.
Jed Walter and King is better than what you guys have in the forward line. I'm sorry.
Mate, Nate Caddy is going to kill
Who's a better forward, Joe? Nate Caddy or Jed Walter?
We'll see. We don't know yet.
Is that going to be the hot takes for this year? Which one's a better forward?
Nate Caddy will kick more goals than Jed Walter.
Mate, if you're watching till the end, we're doing a hot takes video. Maybe not after this, but it's coming out soon before Supercoach opens. We're going to go crazy.
Gabba, Brisbane win?
Yeah, of course. I think 8 points is fine. Ooh, Brisbane. No, more. I reckon 27.
Sure.
Here we go. This is a Joe one.
Well, we're at home. If it was away, we tip the Suns to win away. We're playing at home. I think we get the win at home by 13.
Sure.
The Melbourne forward line is ass. Port Adelaide have bolstered their back line with some B-grade talent, right? Radagalia, BZT. But that, I think, will be enough to stop Melbourne from kicking a winning score.
I think Port by 11. That's my pick.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
is another win for North Melbourne. I don't think it's going to be that much. I think it's going to be like 20. Let's be conservative. I reckon 17 points. I think that's what it's going to be.
Sure.
I think it's still two young teams. I think we win, but I think it's still two young teams.
Docklands, I think St Kilda get the edge.
Yep.
SCG. Sydney won a prelim there by a point.
Mm-hmm. Collingwood going to get off the ladder.
They added Taylor Adams. They added Taylor Adams and Grundy.
Oh, I think Grundy's going to do more than Taylor Adams. Let's be fair.
And Jordan. But Collingwood's too good, man. I think Collingwood's going to blow home. They want that minor premiership again. I reckon Collingwood's going to win by 13 points. Sure. If they can get their forward line worked out with a Brodie O'Loughlin, who they should be looking at like right now, they should be giving him a call and saying, hey, come to our premiership team. They're going to be unstoppable again. Right. Yeah, I think Adelaide at home, they're pushing hard for finals. They want it. They say, see you later, Sydney. 13 points. Seems pretty fair. Wow, this game's really rated. Look at that bell curve, man. Holy moly. Freo at home against the Cats. The Cats...
Freo's midfield is going to tear them a new one.
They're out of the eight. They're not in the running anymore at this point, the Cats.
Yep.
So...
maybe they rest a couple of players?
Maybe. Perth, Freo sort of want to get some respectability, I reckon. And at home, I reckon Freo get the win by 15?
15. Yeah, sure. Big game, this one. Big game, grand final rematch number 2, I think. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I reckon Collingwood have them by 9 points.
Yeah, MCG. I need to see Brisbane win the MCG, and I can't trust them right now to do that.
So who wins this game? This is the question. Because if you win, you're pushing hard into the finals. If you lose, which I think you might do, to be fair, Sydney potentially could leapfrog into the finals, depending on how Western Bulldogs go.
I think it depends on the health of the lists at this point of the season, round 23. I think if it's a fully fit side.
Has Sydney really got worse, though? I mean, like, Buddy Franklin's gone. Has Sydney really got worse?
Paddy McCartan gone, and...
so he didn't really play the second half of the season.
He didn't play the second, but he was important for him.
Of course, yeah.
We got better, so... because, I mean, who's going to kick their goals against us? We've added Mackay instead of BZT.
Yeah.
Who's their number one?
Huge, like, I don't think there's going to be that much of an upgrade. Yeah, I think you guys win maybe by 7, just over a goal.
Yeah, I think it will be close. I think their midfield's going to be good. I think James, Jordan, Taylor, Adams are both good. I don't know if Adams is going to be fit. I think Grundy's going to be... Grundy's probably the biggest upgrade there.
Yeah, I think that's something that it hurt Sydney a lot in the final series, wasn't Hickey not being as strong as what he had been, or just not being around at all.
And Draper's a good negating ruckman, so I think we just get the dub.
Can Chad Warner carry the game?
Correct.
Yeah.
Carrara Stadium.
Melbourne versus Gold Coast. So I reckon Melbourne have this. I think Melbourne are going to come home strong. I reckon I'm going to pick them by 9 points. Actually, no, more than that. 16. Melbourne by 16.
Yeah, I can see that. Giants by...
23. That's the magic number.
Magic!
Almost last round. Almost
Almost there. Are West Coast going to have no wins? Are West Coast going to have 0 wins this year?
Oh, they'll beat someone along the way. Someone will be there, but it's going to be a tough season for them. I do predict... I like Hawthorn, man. As much as I love Richmond, I do like Hawthorn. Yeah. But who do you think, Joe?
I reckon the Hawks, man. I don't know. I think the way the Hawks ended the season last year...
yeah, it was very, very good. I think they're going to come out and scare a few teams. And we're probably basing a lot of our predictions on last year versus the gap in time, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I reckon the Hawks win.
Hawks by the 11.
Look, the Saints won this game this time in 2023 in order to cement their finals berth. I reckon they can do it again at Docklands, especially if Rowan Marshall. I keep talking about Rowan Marshall. This guy isn't spoken enough about, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. I'll take your initiative on this one.
I reckon Rowan Marshall led at Docklands.
You know, they've lost Jade Gresham, and he was like the Lord and Savior of that team. So, 8 points is fine. I'll take 8 points. Ooh, round 23. Yeah, doggies by. I think North gets 5 wins this year, depending on who we're playing last. I think this one's a little bit closer. I reckon doggies by 13.
Sure. Oh,
it's not a bad one. I mean, both teams are guaranteed finals now, which is fantastic. Congratulations to both teams. Derby's on at the moment. I reckon. Who's the better team? If you had Port Adelaide and Adelaide, who's the better team? See, I reckon Adelaide's the better team.
I feel like when you look at Port Adelaide, think the team is mostly role players with a sprinkle of star, like obviously Butters and Rosie, right? Horn Francis, as much as you dislike him, you got to respect the talent there in the midfield. Willie Rioli Jr. is a talented player. Alir is a decent player as well. But when you look at Adelaide, you've got Dawson, you've got Laird, you've got Tex. Tex is everything that Charlie Dixon wishes he could be, even at this age, and you've got Rankin, excitement. I'd rather have Rankin over Willie Rioli Jr.
and Rochelle.
Exactly.
Crouch and Dawson and Laird and Berry and all these other guys. Fogarty's probably going to kick 4 just to shove it in your face. Yeah, Adelaide's my pick.
Comes along, maybe he could do better.
I think Port Adelaide's lack of ruck, or suitable ruck at least. I mean, they went out and got 2. I think that's really going to hurt them. So Adelaide by 13 points.
Yeah, and Riley O'Brien's a good serviceable ruckman as well.
Well, he's what they need. He just does his job. Yep. It's going to hurt, but yes.
Really? Round 24, we end with these guys?
Last round, yep. At the Gabba. This is the tough one, Joe. Unfortunately, no finals for you. I don't think you're going to win. I would go back. Press back. Right? I think it's going to be closer. I reckon it's going to be like 15 points. I think it's going to be like really close, and then right at the end, Brisbane are going to come ahead. A bit of heartache there, but yeah, not that it matters too much.
No. Carlton v Saints. Saints can't make it either. Yeah. Whereas Carlton want to win this really bad, but even then they won't get to second spot.
They want to finish the season strong, and they can use that momentum going into round 1 of finals. They would slap. They're going to be like, boy, we're slapping you. You're going to get slapped. That's it. Yeah.
What's a slapping look like?
Okay. 27's fine. This is a slapping.
So a slap is 27. What's this?
Yeah. But this is a slapping against like a worse team, right? At least St Kilda have defenders. Like West Coast, we're criminally underrating. Like the Perth fans are going to hate us, but like 46 points, man. This is going to be what's his face? Is Tom Hawkins' like farewell game, and he's gonna slap. He's gonna be like, mate, 15 goals on your team right now.
There you go.
I almost want to predict like 65 points.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. This is the one. See, I reckon North win this. I reckon we win by 8. I want to finish the season on 8 wins. I think we've been building a little bit towards this. Yeah, 8 wins. Come on, Heads. Come on, Heads. Bro, that's 8 in a row, Joe. 8 in a row. 8 in a row.
Get good, son. Get good. You got to make your own luck in this world.
North Melbourne hopefully will.
You tipped we tipped the Melbourne, I think, last time.
Yeah. I think Collingwood want to finish on a high though, right? Like Melbourne. I'll take your point on this one.
Collingwood by 9. Richmond v Gold Coast MCG.
This is going to be really sad because Richmond's going to win and North's going to finish second last again. But yeah,
actually, oh, it is too.
It is. No, I almost want to pick Gold Coast. I think Gold Coast in the outright. I think Gold Coast are going to be pushing harder for finals, and if they finish like 10th on the ladder, they could finish this game and finish 9th on the ladder if they win. I think that's good enough for them, and I think
they won't reach 9.
As bad as we think Richmond are, I think
10.
Gold Coast are better.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think Gold Coast win by like 15 points. 15 points.
Sure. SCG.
I'm trying not to metagame the ladder too much. But I think who's the better team? I think Adelaide are going to win this.
15?
Yeah. Actually, 7 points. That's fine. It's not going to matter anyway. Who wins this game?
Ballarat.
I reckon Giants. I reckon Giants are going to slap them.
Slap them?
Yeah. Doggies are going to get a wake-up call, and they're going to be 8th on the ladder coming into the finals. I reckon Giants are going to slap them.
Wait a second. Damn it. Damn it.
What are you trying to do?
The percentage.
Yeah, no, you can't do it, Joe. I'm sorry. No, you don't cheat the game. No, you can't do that. It's not going to be 200.
200 to 51.
200. You wish.
Oh, that's funny.
You know what's funny? If the Doggies score like GWS could still score 200, and if the Doggies score like 80, you still don't get in.
I know. Perth Stadium, Freo hosting Port.
Yeah. Port win.
13?
Port win. 22. 22. I think there's a lot of teams here who are going to be pushing hard for finals. And that's what it is. All right. Do we pick the quarterfinals and the finals? Hey guys, we just look at it. That's our rankings for the top, for the season this year. We're going to go through the finals. Hopefully you guys have stuck around for as long as we have so far. So let's pump out the finals, Joe, and then we're all done. We can pick the grand final winner.
Oh my God, this game.
No, I think Collingwood win. It's at home. I think Collingwood win. They're too strong. I think Giants can come back from losing, but I think Collingwood win at home.
Sure. Port hosting the Doggies, so Port winner.
Port at home. Yep.
Adelaide hosting Melbourne. Adelaide?
Sure. I don't think so, but sure. Let's try it.
Ooh. We're flipping a coin in the finals.
Yep. Bro, what is that, 11? 11 in a row? All right. Yeah, and then Brisbane. I think it's going to be another tough one for them. So next round. So I think Giants win. Yeah.
And then Carlton hosting Adelaide.
I think Carlton. Marvel Stadium is going to be. Yeah,
Marvel Stadium. MCG. Not Marvel. It's going to be MCG, bro. Come on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Oh.
I think Pies have them.
What a prelim.
Actually, The tricky one.
The thing is, Carlton have the small defenders. They've got Sard. Sard can line up on Schultz and burn him with speed. They've got the key defenders.
I would argue that, like, if Collingwood can pick up a serviceable guy from the VFL to fill those extra spots, they're going to win. Carlton versus Collingwood now, like pre-draft and trade period, I think Carlton win. But I think Schultz and Bobby Hill, I think, are going to hurt them too much. I think the Pies know how to win these type of games, man. And Collingwood's going to have, like, cool. The game before is probably going to be their grand final. And then the Pies are just going to beat them out on their legs.
Possible.
You want to flip it? Let's flip it. Flip. I have to win something. Apparently, I don't have... Just flip it again, right? You've won this flip, but I don't trust this coin anymore, man. Yeah. It's fixed.
Bro, it's Google.
It's fixed. Google's fixed. Google fixed confirmed. All right, cool. The fans will love it. Brisbane at home. How do you go past Brisbane at home, Joe? Cool.
You can't.
Yep. All right. As sad as you don't want it to see, that's all right. Scroll down. Does it pop up who wins at the bottom? Oh, no, just save a copy. All right. Well, Carlton are your 2024 premiers, according to Joe and Big J. Big takeaways from this list before we kind of wrap it up. West Coast winning no games is probably a tough one.
Yeah.
Richmond falling as far down. North Melbourne, I think, may win a couple more throughout the season, but it's going to be tricky. Good to see the Hawks going up the ladder, and Freo kind of staying the same. I think it's a pretty fair prediction of that. Really good for St Kilda to still be around the mark, even if they don't make finals, because at one point we had them like second last on the ladder. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And the Dogs were like first.
Yes.
And then, managed to come down. Adelaide break into finals. A lot of interstate teams. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half of the top 8 is interstate.
Yeah.
Which is really impressive. I think Gold Coast take a good, meaningful first step under Dimmer Hardwick.
I think. Yeah, I don't think they'll make finals, but they'll be close, and that definitely is close. Like 3 wins away, close enough percentage. Maybe we've gone bad on them one game or good on them another game, kind of thing. But yeah.
And I think a lot of people will be surprised at Sydney being so low, considering they made finals this year and they've improved their list. So for them,
it just depends on fixture, right? Like if they're versing Collingwood twice, Brisbane twice, both at home, Carlton twice at home, and let's say an Adelaide or a Port Adelaide, like there's 6 or 7 games that they've already lost just to the go-home factor. So it really comes down to Sydney. And I think the interstate teams just in general is slowly, the way that I think the NFL is a little bit with teams having powerhouse home stadiums. That's what it's turning into, right?
Yeah. And with that, I think we'll call it. It's been 1.5 hours. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed us going through every single game of next year to come. Let us know down below if you remember what the code word was.
And if you agree as well or disagree with any of our choices. Obviously, it's a lot of teams, and maybe we thought one team's too good and one team's not too good. So let us know down in the comments kind of what you guys think, who you would have picked, and who you would have picked out of that top 8 to make the grand final as well.
100%. Remember, guys, make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, hit that notification bell to keep track of all of the videos that we're pumping out for you this off-season.
There's a lot coming. We've got Supercoach coming out in a couple of weeks. It's going to be madness. It's going to be fun. Videos out the wazoo. Hopefully you guys can join us along.
Remember, guys, share the Centre Bounce. We do the hard work so that you don't have to.
You don't have to. Bye for now.